Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on why did they do it? So insert a particular action that a person has done perhaps several times or many times and pick a particular pile. So this is probably a nefarious or toxic or, an unpleasant action that they've taken towards you. So pick think of a particular person and an action they've done or they've done repeatedly or once or what have you. And let's see if we can tap into the psychology of why did they do it. All right, pile number 1. Why did they do that? Why did this person do whatever they did? Let us see. The Sun. I'm hearing the word grass is greener, but not quite. Like they thought that they were going to create something better with you, or they thought they were going to create something better with you, or elevate something. They thought that they were going to, it feels kind of manipulated. It's like they almost wanted something better with you, and they didn't know how to do it. And it may sound it almost gives what comes to mind is somebody wanting to get attention. Like, for example, somebody feels that their significant other, their husband or wife is not paying attention to them, so they sleep with their boss or something. That's the impression I'm getting. Just something to get attention, or this person, it feels very childlike. This person may not even know why they did this. It's like very childlike, very like, it's like this feels like an immature. It may not be it may be an action or a person or just an immature act. It may be the whole person is like this, but they act in a way that is from their sort of like their internal self, their childlike self. And if your childlike self is sort of demented, then okay. And then they were trying to, like I said before, the grass is greener. I'm hearing the grass is greener, but not quite. Like they were trying to find greener pastures or up level almost spiritually. But their action may not make sense. It's almost like they have a weird mind. I mean, they've got a weird mind. And 4 of Swords, I'm hearing in some cases they were trying to create boundaries or tear down your boundaries, or let us see. Okay, let's see. Worry. They were getting weary of something being a certain way, like a certain dynamic, and they didn't want to conform. They were getting weary of a particular dynamic, but it may not, I'm hearing their perspective probably doesn't make sense to you, and it probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people because perspective, it could be some even substances or distortions, almost chemical distortions, whether it's substances causing this or what have you, the high priest. So yeah, a very spiritual pile. Like it's like I kind of got that with the pyramid, but it's sort of like they thought they were taking things to the next spiritual level with you, but it's like it's almost like it gives me the impression of somebody who's thinking like something who's very distorted. Why would they do that? Like it gives me the sense of when cats they want, like, this is the example I'm getting, like, when cats, they bring like mice and birds to your front door. They want to impress you. They want to almost deepen the bond with you when they do that. But does it impress you to get these dead headless birds on your step? No, it doesn't. It almost gives me the impression of that. Like this person thought they were, in some cases, they thought they were impressing you or impressing on you the importance and need for a certain dynamic or a certain dynamic change. But I keep on getting this person's thinking doesn't make any sense. So you have Swords. Instead, they caused pain for everybody around them. And it's like it's very, like, just the distortions of it are very marked, very power play. And it's sort of like it's this weird power play that they were doing. But they didn't they don't see it, what it is a power play, but they don't see it as such. It's like people, you probably looked at this as like this controlling power play or this controlling energy, but it's like this person was compulsed to do it. I don't know if that's a word, compulsed. And I'm not saying that it's like it is their fault for their behavior. I'm saying that, but they thought they were giving you an out, or giving you guys an out to do something better. Cycle. They wanted to end a cycle and do something better within their life or with you. But I'm hearing that this person just, their distorted thinking has had like disastrous consequences, even with fortune. Like, okay, for what I'm getting with fortune is that this person may have thought, okay, like the impression I'm getting that with that is that they may have thought, oh, things are going to be wonderful if I invest all this money in gambling, and I'll make a fortune, and then I'll bring it back to this person, they'll be so happy with me. Or if I just put but instead it just destroyed everything. But they thought, or investing, there's a lot of lies and distortions. Like this person may almost perceive people attacking their behavior as an attack, even though they've done negative harm. But somehow they're justified in their mind. Like maybe they think they're being a friend, but they're not being a friend. And they get distorted thinking. So they're thinking, well, they may have invested all your money and put it into something thinking it would all be better, but it wasn't. And then they were doing it for themselves. Other than I'm getting to, like, they're doing it for themselves, but it's almost like they distorted it to make people think that they're doing it for other people when they're really doing it for themselves, if that makes sense. Yeah, they feel like it's really this distorted thinking of doing it, and it's like, I'm hearing this person has a very different style of doing things, and they're very kind of odd. This person, they're very odd. I keep on getting odd thinking, and not in a good way, because odd thinking can be good, but it's not in this way. All right, pile number 2. So, what do we have for pile number 2? Why did the person do it? Okay, let's see. 6 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I'm getting this person has many different motivations, even for, okay, interesting. Wow, this is why I like combining decks. We have the King of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles, then the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles in between. So this person thought that they were, they thought that they were either, in some cases, they thought they were helping you. I'm hearing they weren't, but they thought they were like basically telling you what to do. And this person has a lot of arrogance. I'm hearing the King of Pentacles, and they almost think that their shit doesn't stink, and it's like they can do no wrong, and they see themselves. I'm hearing this sense that like this person sees themselves as almost above, or their perspective is just above everybody. So they can give whatever they want, and they can take whatever they want. See the pentacle, which is like, giving something the physical realm. So it's like almost this person has, I almost want to say a God complex, but they think that whatever they give is good and whatever they take is good. So this person, they really don't have any boundaries. And then King of Swords. Interesting. King, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing you're very different than this person. They're very, but it's really interesting. 6 of Pentacles, King, 6 of Pentacles, King, and then Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing that you're different. Like you almost like, I think in this image of you see the oncoming disasters that this person creates, but they don't see it that way. And this person, they think that they're connecting to their heart and that there's goodness in their actions, but it's not. But I get like 4 different reasons. So why did the person do this? It's like this shot out. Despair. I'm hearing this person did this because they were in a very despairing place. That just shot out of the gypsy. Okay, let's see what else. Gift, giving, and then we've got the giving. So they wanted a gift. They had God complex. They thought that I'm going back to the God complex. They think that they deserve something that they don't deserve. Cheerfulness. So despair, cheerfulness. They were trying to change their emotional state from despair to cheerfulness by changing something outside of themselves. I just get this feel like there's a part of them feels that they're dying inside, and they're just almost like really they lack self-control. So they basically they lack self-control. So they're basically like, oh, I'm going to act however, but they don't know their own motivations that are trying to move from despair to cheerfulness. So I'm getting this person, they have quite self-centered motivations, but they're just basically, they're like, oh, well, I'm doing it, friend. Like, they're just doing it because I'm a friend. Surprise, aren't you happy about this? But it's sort of like they want to, it's because of a sense of they did it because of a sense of entitlement. They believe that everything that they do is like, it's like they have a whole perspective of just basically narcissistic entitlement, and they think they can just, everything that they take is good, everything that they give is good. So they think it almost like gives the impression of like if they take anything from you, you should be grateful. Which is very strange. It's like if they're almost, and it's almost giving me the impression of they would do, and I kind of got a really, and this is going to apply for everybody, and I'm hearing you're very surprised with this behavior, but I'm hearing that they may have done something in some cases really dark and nefarious, and it comes from just a place of very entitlement, like just pure, entitlement propped up by their own distorted perspective was what I'm getting. And then surprise, and then like hearing you found that this person was not a friend, but they were just, and you were I'm hearing in some cases you were shocked, in some cases you weren't shocked, but this person has immense despair. I'm hearing extreme boundary violation, and this person could have violated your boundaries. I'm hearing like they take their despair, and instead of dealing with it, they soldier into terrorization. So I'm hearing in some cases, I'm not saying all, they may have done something very violating, and I'm not going to go, like, I want to keep this YouTube and trigger friendly, if you know what I mean, right? But something very you may resent this actions, but they resent, like, because this person's a threat, and I'm hearing that you're discovering just how much of a threat this person was, and for some you knew at the beginning, and some you didn't. It's like this person is a major threat because of the psychological pillars that prop up their psyche. It's like they're a child. What I'm getting from child, or I'm hearing they could actually be threatening to a child in some cases, but it's more like they're childlike. Like, you know, when a king, like they say a lot of, what I'm hearing is, you know, a lot of dictators, they basically essentially they think that because they think a lot of dictators acted because they had this weird perspective from their childhood. That's what I'm getting. Like, it's kind of the energy of, you know, the movie Gladiator. That guy what is that guy, the villain in Gladiator, right? With Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix, that guy who played a really terrific villain, reminding me of that. Like, it's just like fear. Like, the person's coming from such a state of fear that they'll just do anything, but then like to get what they, and that's what I'm getting. They'll basically, because of their entitlement, they'll do anything to get what they want. And they think that they're somehow justified because of their king-like God complex. So it's like they may have wanted affection in some way. Like, it's sort of like this weird, distorted way of getting affection. But it's like, it gives me the impression of somebody who, like, sort of violates another person's boundaries in order to get affection. But it's a perverse affection. Like, they're just a perverse person. And they just basically, that's what I'm getting, just unclear motives mixed with narcissism, mixed with entitlement. Unclear pillars that hold up their psyche, that makes them destructive, that makes them entitled that makes them narcissistic. I hope that makes sense. Now let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, ooh, with the black stone. Let's see, what are we going to get? Why did they do it? Why did this person do it? The Hanged Man. I'm getting hit that this person felt stuck in some way. And maybe they wanted to move out of it. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we're going to get. Okay, yeah, stuck. And then that would pull the next card is 8 of Swords, which is, yeah, they felt really stuck. And they wanted to find some way to cut themselves free from their thinking, but not understanding that you don't act outwards sometimes to get out of a situation. You act inwards. They acted, instead of taking responsibility for their emotional state, they acted outwards. And then they caused major conflict. It's almost like this person gives me the energy of a SHIT disturber, you know, somebody who likes to poke the bear, if you will, you know what I mean? Like they like to poke the bear, but they thought that this would just be, it feels kind of a nasty energy, this energy, like just kind of nasty, like not at all taking into the consideration of other people. And it's like they have this energy of frustration and almost darkness underneath this frustration, and they're basically like essentially like they basically want to get themselves out of this, or they want to get their goals, or they want to get something on the move on so badly that they'll just basically ruin other people's lives. And 4 of Cups, and they don't realize other people are kind of, I'm hearing it, that other people are done with this person, and justice, and it's kind of justice, like this person, I'm hearing it, it sounds like a cliche, but this person's kind of really gone to the dark side. I'm hearing this person's really just gone to the dark side, and they may get a letter or something, or that they think is a gift, but isn't. Or they may get some news, but it's not a karmic reading, but that's just kind of an aside. Or they may have given you they may have shook you up in some way, or took something from you, but they're really a darkness, and they may just, it's like they feel like a really dark presence, and they basically want to, like get themselves out of sorrow, but they'll do anything to do that, then move within themselves, within looking in their own self, their own self. And it's, I get with childhood, they've lost their innocence, and it's like this person, it's like they'll do anything now to have their goals met. They feel like I'm hearing the word Dark Lord. Let's see what else. Let's see what other messages we can get with that. Believe and trust. So this person, it's like they've lost belief and trust in the universe, and take your time to make the decision. They don't take their time to make the decision. They bolster forward arrogantly to get themselves, if they're in a bad situation, it gives me an impression of somebody that will claw their way to the top. If they want a position that makes $400,000 a year, they'll claw their way to the top, and they just have no. It reminds me of like a sociopathic, and then child. Interesting, child. So I'm hearing that this person may put everyone in danger in pursuit of their goals, even their children, or they're basically, they don't. Their goals are more important than their children. Interesting. Energy healing work. This person needs a spiritual tune-up, because they've gone to the dark side, but they won't get a spiritual tune-up. They've gone to the dark side in this lifetime, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing, if this person is dangerous, if there's a danger of them acting this way again, then ask for some sort of spiritual help. Yeah, explore your options. Maybe ask for spiritual help to get you the options, and know that this person is not a good person or a good person for you, and sort of realign yourself to God. Because I'm hearing that this person, they've lost their God spark, is what I'm hearing. I keep on getting, yeah, it's time to leave an unhealthy situation, and you realize that, and this person may have lashed out, but it's time to leave an unhealthy situation. The person I'm hearing trustworthy, this person is not trustworthy. Like, they've got a real dark side that's untrustworthy, and they did it because they lost faith in God. That's why they did. They lost faith in the spiritual universe. So it's kind of, this person gives me the impression of every man for themselves. They did it, and it's not just, I'm hearing it's not, it may have just been one act with you. It might have been several acts, but this person, it's like they're a serial, whatever they've done, they're tending to be a serial perpetrator. They're tending to be a somebody who's like, and they will meet justice eventually, but it's like they've lost their faith in God, and because of that they've lost their faith in God, and because of that they because they lost the faith in God, they basically they've lost, like, and I'm getting the impression I'm getting with lover is that they'd steal and use whoever they're come in contact with. So that's definitely a sociopath. They're not diagnosing anyone, but it's kind of a sociopathic or psychopathic lover lord. So they don't know how to love. This person is fundamentally, the word that comes to mind is rotten. They do anything for money. Like, they know no bounds. And because they've lost faith in the God spark, and they've gone, and I'm hearing that that's what happens when somebody becomes sociopathic or psychopathic, that they've lost faith in the God spark. And one more message, then we'll move on. Yeah, scholar. This person I'm hearing this person's very wily, but I'm hearing that with scholar. But if you use for spiritual, very conniving, very wily. But if you ask for spiritual protection, and use your own, a combination of that, and using your own guarded good sense, you will prevent any calamity this person, or you could prevent any calamity this person by using your smarts, using your intuition, and asking for the highest level of spiritual protection. In some cases, that cannot be underestimated how much power that will have. So yeah, and then I'm hearing this person is a dark cloud in your life, and you want to clean them out of your energetic and spiritual space, so that you can only have the best people in your life, and that will be so much better in your life. Okay, so let's go to pile number 4. Hello, pile number 4. Grace. What could be underneath this? So why did the person do this? Strength. I'm hearing they wanted to own you. They had a straight up hate. You know, the word hate on instead of the other word, hate on. I'm hearing this person has a hate on for you. That's why they did this. There may be stuff underneath the surface that they're doing too, but they had a hate on. They feel they wanted to own you. They wanted to control you. They wanted to, that's why they did it. Like, why did they do it? They wanted to, it was just this ego battle that they have with you for some reason. And with grace, why is it grace? Maybe because they don't have any grace. They don't know what grace is. They don't know what true grace is, this person. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, the devil. Interesting. The devil, basically, and Knight of Cups. Yeah, they don't know what true grace is. They're in the clutches of the devil. Interesting. The clutches of something, and I just keep on getting, they want to own you or have one over you or get the best of you in some way. Fear, but it feels very specific. Like, it feels like this person. Okay, I'm hearing too that this person is not a good energy, not a good person, but it feels like it's specific to you too. Like, it's like, yes, this person may be unpleasant to other people, but rigid, interesting, like rigid and hide. So this person, it's almost like they may have these rigid spiritual beliefs that they put on you. They really want to, let's see what else. They really want to resist. They really want to rigid and resist and hide. Rigid, resist, and hide. Let's see. Let's see what else. What exactly. This person, they feel like they have a very specific agenda with you. And it may be like different for each of you, but but it's sort of like this person may be convinced that they were giving you a gift, but take this time to make this like, I just get this sense that this person, like, they thought they just, it's a combination of arrogance, thinking that they know what's best for you, almost like this angelic energy, like this person thinks they're almost angelic or something, or they have like is it a god complex? I don't know, but it's sort of like just rigid, resist, hide. Let's see. Rigid, resist. I'm hearing this person may be lurking in the shadows, watching you from afar, but it's like they wanted to get one over you, but sort of like a spiritual, maybe because you're unavailable. I see with Hermit, they wanted to get something, or they wanted to, because you have boundaries or something. You have boundaries, and you kind of wanted to, I'm hearing for that with Hermit, you wanted to gray rock and sort of just get away from this person. You wanted to get away from this person and not be around them. And because they took some offense at that, and that because of that, they essentially, they wanted to cause some sort of ending with you. They wanted to, because of some, and I'm hearing the reason will be different from everybody of why they had this particular ego battle. It feels like they were this way with everybody, but it was specific with you as well. Like, it was specific with you, and it's basically they wanted to cause some sort of calamity and pain, but almost like they feel like you deserved it. But I'm hearing you didn't. This person's distorted. They have a very distorted perspective, but they're just like, well, I want to create this calamity with you. I want to create this problem for you. But it's like you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't, like, they just, so let's see. New beginnings and a fresh start. I'm hearing you just wanted new beginnings and a fresh start. And you were just trying to up level, and then you somehow offended this person. So it's like now they're like, well, I'm going to show this person. They think that they can defy me. They feel like you were defying them. So they're going to own you because you were defying them. Interesting. But it's sort of like they're kind of like you were just trying to, it almost gives me the impression of somebody, like, you tried something and it was a good idea, but you didn't do it quite right, or it wasn't quite successful the first time, so they just pointed fingers at you and started almost mocking you because you had defied them. Like you tried to leave the church, for example, and then they were just like, well, I can't have that, so I'm going to destroy you and make you homeless, or make something really difficult for you. They want to make something really difficult for you and not show you grace when you were just, it's kind of like very toxic. They're very toxic person. So very toxic, arrogant. They somehow got it in their head that they wanted to own you because of some sort of egotistical structure in their head, if that makes sense. And I think that's what I've got for pile number 4. I hope you have enjoyed that. Have a terrific day.